The only competitive advantage in a estate and letting agency is to learn quicker. Today I'm joined by John Cottrell in his 10 top tips on how to be a better human being. And you're saying in number 4 that the people that can learn quicker are going to be happier. Talk to me.
I think it's Ari de Geis, that's where that quote comes from. And it's, if you think about the property industry, how much technology has come along, how much you look at people's different business models have evolved. Anything can be copied, rented, acquired. Those things are not really sustainable competitive advantages because they can be copied. So it's your rate of learning which is going to be the thing that distinguishes you, because other people will get to a point and stop. They'll become complacent. We've seen this in various markets where that happens. I think Rasmus Ankerson is the guy that talks about it, for anybody who wants to go and look that up. And so if you keep this, the fun, the thrill, the love of learning, and make that the aim, then what happens is your performance gets better. You're not as stressed worrying about, did I get this or did I get that? And you find that you get it anyway because your performance has improved.
We said in the earlier video, yes, part 3, that it's all about the process.
Yeah.
And we said in this video, this is all about learning to be better. In essence, are you telling me that the only way you're going to get better as an estate agent or any profession you're in is to outlearn your competitors?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. And then the expression, this is a Brad Sugars one, the action coach guy. He says, if you're going to out-earn me, you're going to have to outlearn me. Right? And this is a guy that learned to speed read 20, 30 years ago. And he talks about Jim Rohn giving him advice as a 16-year-old, read a book a week for the rest of your life.
Because there's plenty of people that have got a bookcase full of books that don't read them.
Yeah, exactly.
But you don't have to read books. You can consume it, podcasts.
Audio, yeah. I still believe reading is the best, but I do audio books myself.
Reading does put it into a different part of the brain, doesn't it?
Yeah. But it's the interaction with the book as well. So if you look at my favourite books back in the study at home, they've got underlinings, they've got highlights, the pages are folded down. They're a mess. But the book is a tool. It's there to be used.
I mean, would it shock you that, let's assume that the top 50 estate agency firms have their own training departments?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see and say top 100.
Yeah.
There's 14,500 estate agency firms.
Right.
There are no more than 9 or 10 trainers.
Yeah.
And that's even for the technical
Well, that's
side.
not a shock. I reckon if you take that pattern from that industry, you could probably replicate it everywhere. I'd say it's a human pattern rather than an industry pattern.
But then it all comes back down to, God, you're annoying. It all comes down to what you're saying in the first few videos about accountability.
Yes.
And if you're going to if you want to change, you have to want to change, and
Yes.
and then to change, you have to educate yourself on
Yes.
what you need to do. So
Yes.
hence coming back, you need to outlearn,
Yes.
out-earn.
Yes. So the number one thing is self-awareness. If you're unaware of your unconsciously held patterns, you will be inadvertently, at best, limiting your own business and the happiness in your life. The two things will go together. And at worst, you'll be actively sabotaging it without realizing.
I do see an awful lot of agent bosses subconsciously self-sabotaging their business because they've kind of taken a step back.
Yeah.
They're taking a step back. The business is working, classic on the business, not in the business.
Yeah.
And then they kind of feel like a spare part.
Yeah.
Or the other thing is they go and set up a new prop tech firm or become a coach themselves because they get bored.
Yeah. Rather than understanding a clear purpose for life. Yeah. If I say I've done it myself. I advise clients to do this. Set a 20-year vision and then work backwards. Give yourself a clear purpose that's not just about yourself. Yeah, give yourself a great purpose, and then get that clarity of focus to achieve that purpose. You start to get alignment in your life. That makes life a lot easier.
But most people can't. Most people long term is 6 months.
Yeah. Well, actually 3, believe it or not.
3.
Science says the best we can really focus on is 90 days, like having a 90-day plan. That's perfect in terms of detail, focus, and the amount of time. Beyond that, it's a bit furry.
Simon Sinek talks about the infinite game where there is no end date.
That's right. That's James P. Cast was the original one for that, finite and infinite games. I haven't read Sinek's book about it, but the original one talks about the finite game being a game you play to win, and the infinite game you play to keep playing. And life is an infinite game until you know.
Up your clogs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. I said to my wife Joanne that I want to work until I'm 70.
Yep.
Which is another 18 years.
Yeah.
And she says, well, we'll have to get a new house for that then. But I say to people quite often, you know, it's like a train leaving a train station. It's going really, when it's accelerating, it feels like you're going really quick. And then when you get up to full speed, it doesn't feel like you're going quick.
Yeah.
When in reality, you should just turn around and enjoy you know, we're doing really well here, aren't we? But not, so your ego goes.
Yeah. So that's part of your development as a human being, is to integrate your ego. We have the capability to do that sort of mid-20s to early 30s. That's the way. So typically when someone goes away to college or university, that's the ideal time to start figuring some of that stuff out. If we get into our 50s and 60s and we're still governed by the ego, we've got an awful long way to catch up. In fact, most of us never will if we haven't integrated our egos. We'll be led by stupid things and stuff, and we'll miss achieving our potential in life.
You taught me about 5 years ago this, and it was quite a revelation. That you could let go of the trinkets and the fancy cars.
Yeah.
And again, my parents and friends that just get up each day, enjoy it, give without expectation of anything in return. Am I perfect at it? No, I'm not. Do I sometimes slip? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
But fundamentally, just enjoy the journey.
Yeah, enjoy the journey. I mean, who's the Buckminster Fuller? You know, I think basically gave everything away and took this abundant approach to life and knew that life would provide to him, and it did. You know, that's really, you're doing a similar thing to that.
It's one of the reasons why I do these videos.
Right, because you enjoy them, right?
Oh God, yeah, I couldn't give a shit if anyone watches them or not. But
they might not, Chris.
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares? We're just having a bit of fun.
But no but about it. People do watch them, but it doesn't. But the likes or the comments are irrelevant.
Yeah.
I enjoy the process of doing them.
Right.
Where else would you and I get to talk to interesting people about topics that I'm interested in, and I hope people watch it.
Yeah, of course.
Giving without expectation of anything in return.
Yeah,
you've got to believe in the process. It does come, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a it is genuinely like a magnet, and it's really hard to do something here, and then you've done like you. And again, this is where the ego might kick in, where you might have a run of 5 or 6 weeks of just pure giving, and nothing comes to you, and you think, is it worth it?
That's the ego.
Yeah, but then self-awareness will then kick in.
Right.
Slap yourself, because it's still a little bit. It's still there. I don't care what.
I'd give you a different question.
Go on then.
So let's say you're doing your 5 or 6 weeks, and let's say, you know, nothing happened. Are you on purpose? Are you fulfilling your purpose during that 5 to 6 weeks?
Depends what my purpose is.
Right. But if you've defined that in your 20-year vision, right?
Yeah, sometimes you forget that though, don't you? Because you get too close to the coalface.
That's why you put it on the wall or on your phone or on your computer, so that you remind yourself on a daily basis, this is what I'm here for. And your vision is something like so big, you'll never get there.
Doesn't matter.
No, because it's informing you of your direction of travel. That's the point. Yeah, and then you're not saying, well, I'm a failure because I haven't had any new inquiries. It's like, well, wait a second. Are you going in the right direction? Yes, I am. And then
It comes back. Yeah.
things will unfold.
Thankfully, mate, you've taught me to realise that before
Yes.
the demon kicks in.
Yes.
I'm just being a bit. No one's watching this, so no one's going to listen. But that's how it works. Okay, that is the end of part 4. Let's go and talk about part 5, where we talk about winners and losers.
Yep.